Cyril here, just a quick demo on how to do thumbnail comps. And the first thing you want to do is get your paper out, think in terms of diamonds, rectangles, squares, X's, crosses, inverted pyramids, right and left triangles, all kinds of things. Circles work fine. And again, the idea within the comping is to think on paper. We think with a pencil and we draw out many little designs before we actually get to a composition. The thumbnail allows you to start eliminating ideas quickly and just get the bare essence. And I may do 30 or 40 of these just on the offset, just to start thinking again. You think with a pencil, and I take scratch paper or old paper. I even draw on the back of old envelopes and things. And in this particular assignment, this is the type terminology assignment. And within this, I'm looking for you to develop both the type into design text treatment along with the labeling at the same time. If you try to do the labeling and get it really nice looking, it won't work. If you try to do the type into design and then at the end try to make the labels work, you'll fail and you'll get a non-pass grade on this. So you make sure that as you design this, let me make this perfectly clear, that as you're doing the lettering type into design, that the label mechanisms and the lines that you're drawing to it actually fit properly and they function. Again, if you try to do it after the fact, after you've come up with a nice idea for your type into design letter form development, and try to put it on like a band-aid, it just isn't going to work, and your grade will suffer accordingly. So don't be surprised if that's what you do and you get a C on it. So please spend some time doing so. Here I'm working on a triangle, a inverted left triangle, and I'm thinking about how the labeling will fit into that, where all the work is pushing the design of the type on the left hand side and the labeling on the right. Now we'll do a little parallelogram, the same idea that I've got room on both the upper left and the lower right to create a transcending letter form. And again, type into design. I could have put the E inside of the D if I wanted to. Let's see. Okay, what do I do now? Okay, there we go. So here's another opportunity for you to, again, you are designing the labeling with the type. And this is a horizontal version, 10 by 12.5 horizontal. Let me start with another one here. Let's do the inverted triangle and a pyramid. Let's go back with, let's do a diamond. We'll do a little diamond in the rough. Start playing with those and seeing how I get my labels to work there. And there's no right or wrong way. You just have to think in terms of, oh, I think I wanted a lowercase e there. I think it's important that you play around with maybe the same shape, the diamond shape, maybe 2-3 pages, then go to a pyramid shape, do 2-3 pages and see where the letters fit in. Do the diamond, do a circle, do a parallelogram. There's lots of different ways you can do this. So keep in mind that it is a process of you creating some type of format, some type of blueprint. So that's what the diamonds or these shapes will facilitate, so that you're going to encapsulate it or box in your letters within that shape to create something that functions. This one I actually laid down the labeling first in the diamond, and I'm making the lettering fit to that. So you may want to work in reverse, where you've got the labeling and you force the lettering to fit into your labeling. Either way, they both have to work with your fingers coming together with consistency. Again, do not do this afterwards. You will fail miserably and you'll get it graded accordingly. Let's see, let me play with this one. I think I will do this on a 30-degree angle for the labels. Let's just knock out, oops, why did I put the P first? Oh well, whatever. Invert the P and the Y. It'll read better. So that fits kind of nice, and I will run these on a 30-degree angle, top and bottom, so I'm actually creating some push and pull. I'm pushing the information up and the bulk of the information down on the text information. And then let's do the basic clock motif. Here in this clock motif, I'm just going to do all the way around there to 1, 2, 3. Yep, that's a 12-point label. And now I can just run the labels out all the way around. And yeah, that's pretty cool. I actually like that one too. But I'm going to go back to, let's see, what do I want to use? I'm going to play with the one probably in the rectangular piece. That one kind of grabbed my attention earlier, and I showed you that one in the demo as well. And it's probably one of my most interesting ones to do, is that particular one. I think I've done this demo a few semesters in a row. Once you get a design going and you're going into a full-on comp, you want to really lay it out, get your music going. I've got Fleetwood Mac in the background. You can never go wrong with Fleetwood Mac. And just start roughing out the overall piece and just working out the underpinnings or the structure of the work. So I'll just start doing the vertical on the spine or the shaft of the T, the upward shaft on the Y. And I've got this kind of laid out. You know, I've worked with letters for so many years, I just have kind of an inherent feel where I think it needs to go. And this is what's going to happen with you in your work. You'll get just accustomed to certain fonts. And there's about a dozen fonts that I really like working with. There's display fonts, there's slab fonts, there's the American typewriter, which is always fun and playful. Then there's your more traditional ones like Baskerville, Caslon, which is one of my favorites. American typewriter, I did mention that. I'm thinking of Times New Roman and lots of really fun stuff. Garamond works well too. So please go through the back of your textbook and look at the different fonts and the categories, the 6 traditional categories, you know, of letter forms, and find out what really speaks to you and work from those. Get a little bit of a passion going there for the letter forms. So I'm going to do the, this one happens to have the serifs. I'm going to work on the serifs. I like that contrast between the sans serif word type and the serifed word below within Caslon, and playing around with my French curves. Again, you work with both the straight edge and your French curves to get your shapes going in there. I think your work will be much stronger if you do it in that particular pattern. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. Let's work on this G. I particularly like this G because it has a very unique spur. If you look at that bottom spur, it has a little upswing there and just lifts up off the baseline very, very nicely, and creates kind of a soft landing on that baseline. Craft in the end. Okay. Detail out those little returns, those little spurs on the sans serifs, on the serifs. There we go. Okay. Let's see. This is actually going to work out fairly nice when I get it into Illustrator eventually. I've got the word into, and I can use the Pathfinder tool and blow that out nicely. Create that cookie cutter effect where I'll peel out the negative form of the letters on the black field, or the TYPE, and word into will just be floating there in a very nice way. Lightly start roughing it out, get a felt marker out, start just kind of working with it. You may even want to lay a paper over the top of this once you get it kind of roughed out and do a cleaner version of that, just to get your full-on comps a little more detailed. And you know, sometimes you get a little bit messy and you want to present things rather clean. And I like the fact when you're at this stage, it's very relaxing when you're just laying stuff out. It just feels very comfortable. Just kind of go out there with your pen and clean it up, rough in the overall design and feel. And now I've got my labels pretty well done, and then I take it into Illustrator and beef it out. And writing down that, if you notice there, I've got all the different font sizes, 285 points and 205 points. And yep, I'm pleased with it. Hope this was helpful, and do your best in your comps, either thumbnails, and we'll see you in class. See ya. Sorrel out.